concern that was expressed to me the other day was collecting the trial money over the phone. And let me go ahead and just share this with you. Everybody is concerned about whether or not they can actually collect the money over the phone before they start collecting money over the phone. Guys, as part of the learning process, get over it. The truth of the matter is, if you want to distinguish yourself as a more credible organization, collecting the money over the phone before they come in is proof positive that you're better than most. And there is something else too. The most difficult sale to make is always the first one. So when you get that first purchase out of the way by collecting your trial money over the phone, well, not only will they show up, we're able to leverage the value of what they purchased and enroll them at the end of the first visit. So for those of you who are still reluctant about asking for those 16 digits to pay for that trial membership, I just want to let you know that everybody is stressed out. Everybody is concerned about whether or not they can actually do it in their area. I assure you, if you follow the dialogue and you've elevated the perception of your academy's value, collecting 20 bucks is no big deal. And the cool thing about it is that your show rate will skyrocket and your conversion rate will follow suit. So again, one last time, if you're having any challenges about telling Mrs. Smith, oh, Miss Smith, we need to secure your spot in class, we need to take care of that trial tuition, the 20 bucks. Do you want to use a debit or a credit card? Which is best? Well, do I have to pay now? Because I don't feel comfortable giving you the credit card over the phone. Yes, you do have to pay now. It's the only way to guarantee your spot. Ma'am, as I mentioned earlier in the call, our classes are filling up fast. I'd hate for you to miss out. So which shall it be, a debit or a credit card? I'll take either. May I have it, please? Guys, being that direct is how you collect the money. And there's something else too. It's how you change your confidence level in your business. There's a lot of people think they'll gradually become more comfortable and confident in their business. No, there's nothing gradual about it. If you want to change your mental disposition about doing business, do stuff that seems difficult. And the most difficult aspect of our business, this is what I've learned, is asking for the money. So let's start out from the top. Once you've established the value of your offer, once you've gone through the rigmarole in terms of what they want to accomplish, what that may feel like, and you explain that the parent's going to participate, and you ask for the money, everything changes for the better. Now, a lot of folks are taking the shortcut of, well, ma'am, I'll go ahead and text you a link where you can make the purchase after this call. Guys, don't do it. Do not do it. Ask for the dough. It's a surefire way of helping the circumstance go in your direction.
A big part of this too is like, number one, you have to decide in advance, what do you want to have happen as a result of this call? I know very clearly every call I take or make, I want the person to show up at the academy ready to enroll. So in order to do that, I've got to take the appropriate steps in the phone dialogue. And I know that those are so vital. Otherwise, they don't show up ready to enroll. They show up to see what it is. And that's a much tougher, that's a hill to climb. I don't want to deal with it. I want them showing up ready to enroll. I've just got to validate what they thought is true. And a big part of it is just giving them time to process and ask again, which is exactly what he just demonstrated. If you think about it, if I said, hey, Mr. Lucas, let's go ahead and take care of XYZ. Go ahead and give me your 16 digits on your credit card. I think we've all been somewhat pre-programmed to have a knee-jerk reaction of, oh, well, wait a minute. I don't know if this is safe. I don't know if I should. I don't know, whatever. I've got to let you cycle through that so that you can calm down and say, yeah, okay, we did just have a good conversation. I did just connect with this person. I really do want this for my child. Okay, let me quit being panicky and give him his credit card number. That's what I think happens inside their skull, whether they realize it or not. And so when a person, what we have to realize is that when a person objects to giving us their credit card, realize they're just having a knee-jerk reaction. Talk about it for a moment and then ask them again and watch how easily they comply. Because I am looking for compliance because I'm about to enroll you on a membership and become your instructor. And if I don't get compliance, we've got a real problem. All right. So for example, I took a call, or I made a lead came in the other day. My wife and I were sitting here at the kitchen counter and I thought, well, I'm not doing anything right now. Let me take care of this. Let's see let's do it. And so I called the guy back. It was this Indian guy and we went through all the stuff. And I said, okay, great. Well, the next step is just take care of that trial tuition. Now for the two kids, it'll be $40 and we can do credit or debit, whichever you prefer. May I have it, please? And the guy goes, oh, well, I think I'd rather pay when I come in. Now, the person who is not thinking about the outcome they want goes, okay, or just crumbles. I realized that's just a knee-jerk reaction because he wasn't ready for that. So let me just calm him down. He goes, well, I just want to pay when I come in. Oh yeah, okay. Well, for more convenience, I could send you a link and walk you through how to do it online. No, no, no. I just want to pay when it comes in. He's like, give me two no's. I know he's about done. So I said, well, okay. Now, in order to keep this spot, as you can imagine, this trial's been real popular, and I can't hold this open for you without securing the trial tuition. It's only $20 a kid. But if you feel like you need to come in and take care of it, I could have you come in at 4:30, and then if that spot's still available, I can go ahead and we'll have it secured for you. And at 4:30, I said, well, yeah, after that, it gets too busy. That's why we just make it convenient and do it right now over the phone. So I tell you what, why don't we just do that? Let's just make it easy and do it right now. And he goes, yeah, okay, let me go get my credit card. And he went and got his credit, my wife's like, you should have recorded that. And she's right, because it was just an example of my persistence will erode his resistance. And I didn't have to be aggressive about it. I wasn't mean. I was actually just conveyed the fact that I'm trying to help you get what you said you wanted. And if you just slow it down and get, because what are we doing? We're getting into rapport. We're building know, like, and trust. We're talking about what they want for their child. We're widening the gap about what's going to happen when their kid gets whatever it is they said they wanted. Now we just take care of the $20. I mean, it's only $20. Their knee-jerk reaction, I don't want to say quite often, but sometimes their knee-jerk reaction is, oh, I just want to pay you when I come in, because everyone's scared to death about fraud. Everyone's scared to death about getting their credit card stolen. The security is a concern. We just got to calm them right back down. Hey, don't worry. Yeah, we could do that, but then we'd have to take all this other stuff away from you. So let me make it convenient. Just do it right now. What card do you want to use? And then they're like, and I think more than anything, it just gives them a few seconds to process, what am I being all panicky about? Yeah, this guy seems pretty good. Let's just go ahead and do it. I don't want to drive down there twice. Make
If
sense?
if I can share this, I'm sorry, did I just cut somebody off?
No, 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 you're good.
If I can share this, one of the reasons why sometimes we don't take these more assertive measures to build our business is because we didn't do that. We didn't
Mm.
do that as clients. As a matter of fact, Matt Piskin and I, we've done a lot of seminars together. When I say a lot, I'm talking about dozens and dozens, maybe 100 seminars. And typically, when we explain to the audience some of these more assertive tactics to get paid, it's not unusual for someone to raise their hand and say, I just got to tell you, I'd never do that. I'd never do that. I mean, they already take a stance on it. Listen, just because you won't doesn't mean that they will not take advantage of this offer to get the tuition out of the way. So if if you're having any difficulty at all asking for the dough, ask yourself, is it because you didn't do that, or you don't think you would do that? But the chances are you've done it a dozen times. How many of you have made purchases without even speaking with anyone? I can't even begin to guess how many things I've bought online because I thought, this could be the right thing. And look at this, it's showing up at the right time. When you have the right conversation, this program that you're offering does become the right thing at the right time. And the only way to cement the understanding that they have, in fact, called the right academy is for you to demonstrate the confidence that it's the right thing by simply asking for the dough. A lot of folks, they're not able to make that connection. They think, well, people shut down when I ask for the money. I don't know, they might. But I just know if I don't ask for the money, they're not going to volunteer. No one on this call has ever heard this. Hey, listen, can I pay for that trial before I come in? No one's ever heard that. You haven't heard that. If you did, I'd like to talk to you about it. So as far as generating that money, making that exchange happen, it just requires you to be a little bit more assertive. Mrs. Smith, now this is official. You have a karate kid in the family because I'm going to see Timmy tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Hey, let's take care of that trial tuition. The $20. You're welcome to use a debit or credit card. Which is best? A slight pause. May I have it, please? Hubbada, 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 hubbada. Yes, you do have to pay now. It's the only way to secure your spot. Debit or credit, which shall it be? Hubbada, 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 hubbada. Miss Lewis, we teach integrity. Your card will not be mishandled. But if you're that concerned, allow me to send you a link and walk you through the process together. Would that be okay? And then by then, their knees have buckled because most people can't say no more than once or twice. But the truth of the matter is, most Americans, particularly here in America, we buy a lot of stuff sight unseen. And I can only imagine that most, if not everybody this call, you've bought stuff over the phone. You've handed your credit card numbers over because you recognize the advantage for that purchase. Well, when you take people through the right conversation, they will recognize the value of this purchase. And when you ask for 20 bucks, they will eagerly pay you. So three things have happened. Number one, you generated the income needed to offset your marketing costs. Number next, you got the first sale out of the way because the first sale is always the most difficult. But third, you just spiked your show rate.